Hi all, I'm just off to meet another instructor for a bit of lunch, so I thought I'd take you along for a little ride. A lot of you have asked me to do a few of these videos of me driving, so this is just a short video for about 10 to 15 minutes, and let's see what happens on the way, shall we? So we're going to make a left turn at this roundabout heading down towards the A127. So I'm just going to concentrate on braking my speed down and do the observation to the right. And we are clear, and we go. Did you notice how late I've done the gear? But we had the speed under control by using the brakes early. One gear change, we've gone. We're into a 50 limit, so I'm just using the lower gears a little bit more than normal to build my speed up that little bit quicker. We've done a block change from third to fifth to minimise gear changing, brings the revs down really nicely. So you can see we've got a set of traffic lights ahead, and shortly after the traffic lights we're going to turn right. So I'm going to position the car really early. If you leave it till after lights, it can be a little bit tight in trying to move the car over. So we're going towards Southend A127, which is the third exit. So we're coming to a national speed limit now, so I'm building my speed up as much as I can to try and merge into the traffic in lane one, not getting too close to the vehicle in front. And a quick sideways glance just to overcome the blind spot that you might find in the mirror. So remember what we always say on the driving lessons, that it's the three questions we like to ask. Is the speed okay? I'm currently doing 62 and a 70, so speed's good, but keeping with the flow. Is my gear okay? I'm in gear 5, the revs are nice. And position wise, centre of a lane, not too close to the vehicle in front, so we're ticking all the boxes that we're looking for. And just responding to the brake lights ahead now. You've got to think, why is the speed coming down? Could it be a queue of traffic? But as we see now, it's a lower limit. Caution. And I'm hitting 40 just before the sign without touching the brakes, just by looking that little bit further ahead. Just a quick update, those of you that have been watching some of the videos recently, most of you will know that Cheryl passed a couple of months ago now. Jack, he passed last week, and Sam, he went through yesterday. So you're not going to see any more videos from them, although I think Sam and Jack may be coming back to do a joint motorway lesson, but I'll keep you posted on that one. because the truck has now picked up, we haven't got enough speed difference to go for the overtake. But I'm going to keep my car position right because we know we've got an exit coming off. So if there's an exit coming off, there's a likelihood of a road coming back on. So I'm going to keep the car positioned over until we're clear of the road coming on. I'm giving enough space in case that lorry needs to move over. Right on cue. Could have timed that better, could we? So I'm going to get past this red car and hopefully this grey one. And then we can move back into the left because I'm taking the next road off. So I'm not going to move back over now until I can see the grey car in this mirror. And then we just gently move the car over, that's holding back on the track. Again, without touching the brakes, that's easing the gas off, so we've got plenty of space. And by holding back, we can see further around that truck. And it opens our view really, really nicely. So we're taking this next road off the A127. So I'm maintaining the speed until I start to turn into the slip. And losing all of the speed just by using the brakes. I'm currently in gear 5 now, bringing the speed down on the brakes, fifth to second, 1 gear change. And then we're going to turn right into the garden centre for a nice little late breakfast. I think maybe a full English could be on the cards. So I come into a car park like this, it's going to be extremely busy, so we're keeping the speed down, just looking for any merging vehicles and looking for pedestrians as well, because they can be a bit of a nightmare, as you probably know yourself. Guys, that brings us nice and neat into that base. I'm going to shut the video down now. I will probably do another short video after lunch on the way back down to my next pupil. So see you shortly. You're right, guys, I've just finished a nice little lunch. I'm going to take for a quick drive back to my next pupil and we'll speak soon. Once we negotiate out of this car park. Don't we always say when you do your manoeuvres about the observations? It's so important in a place like this where people just don't look. So imagine you guys are in the driving seat and think about what you'd be looking for on this road. I'll keep my car positioned slightly to the right just to keep away from these entrances on the left, but in the distance we can see a van coming, so I'm just reducing my speed and my gear. It gives a little bit of space. He wasn't slowing down at all, so you've got to sort of compensate for what they're doing. try and treat this drive a bit like your hazard perception, where you're just looking out for any developing hazards. So just have a little think about what you can see, what you'd be thinking about if you were sitting where I'm sitting. In the distance there we can see the mini roundabouts. We are looking across, we see the white car coming from ahead, so we're going to get there first. So I'm going to leave it in gear 3. We can do that quite nicely. Next one, we've got slightly restricted view, so my speed is coming down to compensate. So the lower gear then gives us a bit of power to drive away again. Again, you see I left my gear quite late to have a good look first, rather than just randomly change gears. My video is probably seem quiet now, Sam's gone. You'll be watching this later. So with the mini roundabout again, I'm just reducing my speed lightly on the brake, and because the speed's low, we go for a lower gear and we're ready to go. So this will take us up to a roundabout where I'm going to be heading up towards the A127 for London. We've got 2 roundabouts in succession. So we're going straight to first, so normally it will be left lane or lane 1. But because, if you look at the sign, we can go straight ahead in both lanes. Because I'm turning right at the second roundabout, it's more beneficial to keep to the right, which then positions the car correctly for the second roundabout. Then just being aware that vehicles could still be coming down on the left and looking for the split road on the left. Although they have giveways, people don't see the giveaways until late. That Audi nearly come out, and we're turning right onto the A127. So I'm in gear 3 at the moment, and we're going to stay in gear 3. No need to change. By being in gear 3, we're using less revs because we're at the bottom end of gear 3, which then gives us a bit more power to build our speed up when we join a faster road. Had we have been in gear 2, we would have been at the top end of gear 2. So you haven't got much more in that gear, so you would have needed a second gear change. So it's easier to use the higher gear when you can. So I'm going to continue on the A127. Now moving over, because we've got a little bit further in the distance, we can see some slower traffic. I'm not sure if you can see on the video, we've got the lorry in lane 1. So we might be able to get an overtake done on that once we get to the other side of this junction here. Leave it in gear 3, run through a national limit, and let gear 3 do the work now. Let gear 3 build this speed up. So you see now with this lorry, this is what I planned way before the roundabout. By moving over, reading the road early and planning it really early, it's made the overtake really easy. I'm just holding back a little bit on the car in front, so I want to try to get past this van in lane 1. I'm just making sure these 3 cars ahead get well clear, because we are coming off at the next exit. So like before, I'm just making sure I can see that van in my mirror before I come over, so we don't cut in too early. And so the reason I didn't overtake these two vehicles, because I'm coming off the next exit. It would have been a bit tight to have got past and coming back into the left again. Just holding back a little bit on his licence, that paid off rather nicely. So I'm just being aware, and I don't know if you can see the sign ahead on the right saying end of dual carriageway, so we know this BMW on the right will put his foot down and get ahead. Doing a 50 and a 50 in gear 5, which has made the car quite relaxed. It's always nice to use your higher gears to bring your revs down. It aids your fuel economy. And then we're making a right turn at this next roundabout. So I'm leaving it in gear 5 for now. I'm just focused on breaking the speed down and doing the observation. Open roundabout, gear 3 is working well. Right guys, I'm about to come into my road now, so I'm going to pull over and shut this video off. So if you have any comments or questions, drop them down in the comment section below. It'd be nice if you hit the like button or dislike if you don't like it, and we'll speak to you soon.